and they said, video rolling and all that. And I got all ready and jumped up and down. And then they said, never mind, cut it. And then I went to take a bite of soup. The next thing I know, action, Shelley. So.
Boogeyman band coming round the bend. Is Boogeyman band. Is Boogeyman band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks so much for stopping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Doing this video on a pretty sad note. Just about maybe 30 minutes ago, found out that legendary actress Shelley Duvall has passed away at the age of 75. She passed away today in her sleep. They said it was from complications of diabetes. In fact, she just turned 75 a few short days ago. So, you know, I know that in later years, Shelley Duvall had kind of disappeared from the public eye. I know that in 2016, she surfaced again in this exploitive episode of Dr. Phil, and fuck that piece of shit. But yeah, I feel like he exploited her for his own gain. But Shelley Duvall was a legendary actress and somebody that I grew up loving because she was in several prominent things when I was a little kid. Of course, The Shining, but I didn't see The Shining in full until I was older. But for me, she was Olive Oyl in Robert Altman's Popeye alongside the late great Robin Williams, who's just coming up on 10 years since his passing next month, which is sick. And then also Fairy Tale Theater, which was on Showtime. And she was in several episodes of that, one of them being Rumpelstiltskin and The Nightingale and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, to name a few other episodes that she was in. But she always narrated them all, and she was also an executive producer on that series. Also, she was in the Steve Martin movie Roxanne alongside him and Daryl Hannah, and of course Terry Gilliam's Time Bandits. So those are the things I remember her from very distinctly growing up, and I always thought she was a lovely lady, and just loved every performance that she gave. There was just there was a light about her that I just really, really appreciated. And as I grew older, I did, discover The Shining. I really didn't watch The Shining in full until I was in my 20s, early 20s, like 21 was when I saw it. And yeah, I was really taken by her performance as Wendy Torrance. And I actually did a Women in Horror segment on her back in 2018. It was a series that I didn't really stick with. I did one on her and one of my other favorite actresses, that being Kathy Bates. Yeah, I think that she got a lot of unfair shit from people, and I think I didn't really like the way people talked about her performance in The Shining, because for me, I feel like her performance and her convictions and everything that she goes through in that film is the audience, and we are seeing everything play out through her eyes, whether her son going through what he's going through, or her husband that's losing his mind slowly. It just, everything, we're going through what Wendy Torrance is going through. At least from my perspective, that's what I see when I watch that film. And a lot of people said that she was shrilly and weak, and not, and even Stephen King had criticized the way that she was depicted in the film as opposed to how Wendy is in the book. And yes, Kubrick did make some changes, of course, to, how The Shining played out, his version of The Shining played out. But I never understood that whole thing of Wendy being a weak character. She takes Jack down a couple times, and one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when she sees Danny at one end of the room that Jack is riding in.
Danny, what happened to your neck? Danny, what happened to your neck? Huh? Did this to him, didn't you? You son of a bitch! You did this to him, didn't you? How could you? How could you?
It's such a great scene. And it's my favorite scene of hers in the entire film. And it shows that she is a strong person, that she was trying to keep the peace between, you know, everything, just sort of keeping everything in check with her husband in fear that he could hurt their son. And when she thinks that he has hurt their son again, it pushes her over. And I love that scene so much, and I love the way that she did that scene. I hated the way Kubrick treated her on that film. I know that they did have a good respect for one another, but the fact that he pushed her so much in that film, and I know it got the performance that we all see, but I just felt like it was a disrespectful way that he did it. And it's been noted many times, it says, throughout the filming, Kubrick pushed Duvall hard. It is said that in the scene in which, armed with a baseball bat, she walks backward up the stairs before the attack of her husband, one of the most reshot scenes in all of cinema, she was not representing a terrified woman. Shelley, literally terrified, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. Kubrick demanded the shot be repeated 127 times. Shelley Duvall did not get along with Kubrick, frequently arguing with him on set about lines in the script and her acting technique. She eventually became so overwhelmed by the stress of her role that she became physically ill for months. At one point, she was under so much stress that her hair began to fall out. Entitled The Making of The Shining, directed by Vivian Kubrick, who was 17 when she filmed it. She also provided an audio commentary track about the documentary for its DVD release. It has some candid interviews and very private moments caught on set, such as arguments with the cast and director, moments of no-nonsense Kubrick directing his actors, Scatman Crothers being overwhelmed with emotion during his interview, Shelley Duvall collapsing from exhaustion on set, and Jack Nicholson enjoying playing up to the behind-the-scenes camera. So again, just wanted to say rest in peace, Miss Duvall. Thank you so much for all of your contributions. Thank you for making my life full with your amazing work, and my heart goes out to her family and her friends and her colleagues. And just wanted to say something about this lovely woman and this amazing actress. And if you guys are fans of Shelley Duvall, let me know what your favorite movie is that she did. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope everyone's doing well. I'll talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Peace. My fellow Fright Fiends, I just want to thank everyone for supporting Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. If you haven't yet subscribed and you'd like to, please hit the subscribe button down below, click the bell notification so you're updated every time I drop a new video. I try to drop a video at least once or twice a week. The Horror Zone is a passion of mine, and it really makes me happy that I can share that passion with all of you guys. Thanks so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Take it easy, stay scared as always. Peace.